on his first MMA fight against a kid bigger and taller, and then I just told him no right, just throw the jab, take it down, and I think maybe Anton saw the fight.
Yeah,
he done really good. Like they were all commentating, they were shocked. Like
unbelievable.
On his head upside down, flipped the guy up, multiple takedowns, multiple submissions. With no right hand, the guy was predominantly like striking. Okay. And then the following weekend, his elbow was okay. He said it wasn't moving. The following weekend, he went back to the same page. And he did. And then he done a no match against Absolute, one of their guys, under Lachlan Riles. Yeah. And then Muhammad done that as well. Nice.
Beast. We're streaming in, by the way, so don't give away too much confidential information about Muhammad. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Do you want to come on the live stream, Muhammad? You're welcome to if you want, man. You don't have to. but yeah. Lachlan Giles did. Yeah, right. So we're talking about at the moment Hangar 4 and how the people who came out of that, Dave Hart, Lachlan Giles, Gerald as well, Dave Christick, George Soteropoulos from the UFC, like a lot of people came out of Hangar 4. Hector Lombard. Yeah, so absolute weapons who kind of went on to... Where did Ninos come from? Where did he emerge from originally? Like, what was his first club? Devine. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, guys, welcome back. I had to restart the stream. We got kicked out, but as you know, we're raising money for Icaro and his beautiful family. They're dealing with cancer. They're dealing with sarcoma, which is a rare form of cancer, rare and aggressive. And we're trying to raise $30,000 to get him to the States for some clinical trial treatment and also some other related expenses, basically. So we're at $25,119. Today, we've raised $5,000, which is just absolutely, it's like such a credit to this community. And we literally had one person show up to this seminar here. So having said that, we've still a lot of people. We're running 8 seminars around Australia at the same time. And if you've seen them in action, it's mind-blowing to see, you know, how many people have shown up. So all in all, there's probably been 100 people or so showing up to 8 different seminars around Australia. But the donations just keep rolling in, and that's what's important. Like, it doesn't matter if one person shows up or 1 million people show up. What really matters is that we get money into the bank account for Icaro and his family, and that we come together as a community. That's what we're here for. And Jihad has been amazing, letting us use his gym, and he's just always a hands up for anything community related. Gerald came in, he's still here. Brought his son Jack in, who's 4 years old. He's like, literally, you have to see this. He's having his afternoon nap on the mats now. You know, so yeah, here we go. Here's some father-son bonding over here too. There's 2 weapons, you know, but it's nice to know. It's still very... I can't imagine my son would sit on my knee. He'd break me by now. Luckily, you're so big, G. He's 17. Wow. Yeah. How old are you now, Mohammed? 15. Yeah. And for those of you who haven't watched Muhammad do his thing, you just have to. Like, if you go... Just follow anything, because Jihad pretty much exists to promote Muhammad, which is amazing. So just go follow anything G's doing, and you'll see Muhammad all over it. It's like, and that's a good thing, you know what I mean? Like, Muhammad, if he can keep his body intact, he will go on to do great things. So we'll see. He's starting young, but I've got a lot of faith. He could be like the next Cooper. You know what I mean? Like Cooper Burnham went on and won BOA. You know, and that kid, like, there was a time I could submit Cooper, and now I can't even look in Cooper's direction without being submitted myself. So, you know, that's how it goes. We've got 1 hour, 25 minutes left until this stream ends. And we're currently sitting at $25,119. So, Gerald, I think we've got limited time with you. So, you know, is there another story you want to share, or what else should we discuss? Because
derobing, so I can give
Yeah,
Jack's
derobe
got
away, man.
Jack's
Just
got my gi to.
you know, I think like the fans want to see that anyway, man.
Sure. No, they don't. They don't. 50-year-old man. It's like I was in a cafe this morning and it had like a whole bunch of guys walking in like their Lycra, you know, like out for a bike ride. And I love cycling. I've been involved in cycling for a long time.
Yeah.
But I almost kind of like love to hate almost like that. I can see like people turn their nose up at me when I walk in now and then in gear, or you walk in like a rashy and they're like, oh, you know, don't you have clothes or a real. One of the things I love about training jiu-jitsu in winter is that inner body warmth that you get, and you can kind of like, you can finish a training session, do the shopping on the way home, and not like you do walking in a t-shirt. Yeah. But people are like, oh, you know, what's wrong with these people? What's wrong with these people in jiu-jitsu t-shirts? Don't they feel the cold? It's like, no, we don't. We've got training for that.
Until you mentioned it though, I never realized we're as bad as the black riding Lycra wearing people. Yeah. We are that because we just do it with our rash guard.
Here's our rash guard.
We think
it's okay. We're like, oh, we do this all the time.
Yeah. Now we had a guy on the podcast just the other day, and he runs a gym. I can't remember. Victor Harbour, and I don't know. Maybe it's Adelaide. But what they do,
it is.
What they do is all winter they do gi, and then all summer they do no gi.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like 6 months on, 6 months off, or whatever. Like those 2 seasons.
Yeah.
So that's how their gym operates, and I thought I'd never heard of that. You know, that's a fascinating model.
All summer is no gi.
All summer's no gi. Yeah.
So Darko that runs Sunbury Jiu-Jitsu, that's what he does.
Right.
So there's like I'm pretty sure it's summer to winter. It's according to the seasons, but 6 months no gi, 6 months gi, and summer no gi.
So what do you think that would do for jiu-jitsu development? I think I don't know. I think that would hinder, but I'm not sure.
So it goes back to what we talked about before. I think it's a positive. I think you need to be able to use the gi and not use the gi. Yeah. And there's a couple of different reasons for that. I think the speed that you get with no gi and the sort of dynamic, you know, the lack of control means you need to be a little bit faster. Your body control needs to be better, because if you're just relying on these grips and these cuffs and all these things, when they're not there. I worked doors for 20 years as a bouncer, and I can remember a couple of times early in my kind of jiu-jitsu career, or in both of those careers, as I said before, like that was why I started jiu-jitsu in the first place. I'd grab some guy to kind of pull him out of a club, and he was wearing like a jersey or something, and it sort of stretches away from you, and you think, oh, hang on,
I can't use this.
That's not how that was supposed to work, you know?
That's true.
Or the t-shirt or the singlet or something tears, and you suddenly realize, oh, you know, I haven't trained those you know, tactile grips the way that I've trained my kind of, you know, my clinching grips. So
it's true, but here's the thing: like I agree, you got to do both. Like I'll do two no gi, 3 gi per week, right? Yeah. But I'm saying, just 6 months of one and then 6 months of the other. Does that impact training?
Good question. You know, I've done a lot of no gi. You know, it's sort of as you do through summer, etc., and then you go back to gi, and you almost have to realize, oh, you know, I'm vulnerable to people using my gi against me. I'm not used to using the grips, etc. So I think there's a period of kind of adaptation that occurs with that, but it's pretty fast. Yeah, you know, it's half an hour for you know, but you kind of back into that. But that's, you know, assuming you've got a saturation or a high level, the purple belt, you know, you'd be straight through that. Yeah. So
maybe doing a deep dive for 6 months into one, and then a deep dive into another for 6 months could be beneficial. Yeah. But
I think for the most part, we spend more time in the gi than no gi, or more longer periods of time. So I think it'd be interesting for most people to go, as you say, 6 months no gi. You know, what could go wrong? What could, you know, no downsides to that as far as I'm concerned. And you know, then go back and see what happens, see how you go.
Yeah. Yep. Oh man, little Jack playing with your black belt on the ground.
It's good, isn't it?
That's good. Yep. He's got his white belt wrapped around him, but he's playing with a black belt. And it's it's very cool, man.
That's it, the future. I'll give him that belt one day and be like, pass it on, that's yours.
That's cool.
Stop beating me up.
Wow. I'll never have my dad give me his black belt.
Mine either. Mine used to give me a black belt. It was a different application of the black belt. He wasn't giving that to me to keep.
You've earned this.
I'd earned it for sure. Go to jail for that these days.
Yeah, that's right. I was actually watching the Jake Paul Paul
is that any good?
Special on Netflix.
Is that any? It comes up on my 97%. You know, we think you'd like this.
Yeah, I'm going to recommend that you watch it. I'm going to recommend it.
It's one of those untold stories, isn't it?
It's an untold story. And they talk about their dad and the impact that he had. He was very, very, very strict on
Was
them.
he?
And there's a lot of unresolved stuff there, and
That's
that
interesting.
drives Jake Paul
That is
to do
interesting.
these things, right?
Okay.
Apparently, but it gives them, it gives these boys this kind of, amazing drive ultimately.
Really?
Yeah, so I recommend
That
watching
is
it.
interesting.
And to see the people that Jake Paul's beaten and how he's beaten them was interesting as well. I
Let me
enjoyed it.
ask a question in that
Mhm.
case. It maybe has some insight or not. Is his dad still alive?
Yes, and he's part of the show.
Yes, yes. Okay, so that here's my kind of connection with that.
Sure.
So my dad was ruthless and very disciplined and overtly, disproportionate punishment versus, act or poor discipline for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that to be extremely motivating. And I was certainly a high achiever. But when he left, kind of, my family kind of broke down and he left and went overseas, my motivation to do all of those things left with him.
Right.
And I kind of went off the rails for a while, right off the rails. And I almost wished it was at a critical time for me. It was at sort of matriculation time or ATAR time or, year 12. So, just the last year of school, high school before you go to university. And I'd been an A student all the way through up to year 11. And I actually failed my first time at year 12 and had to go back and repeat.
Right.
And really kind of motivate my own ass through, school the second time and got a very poor, university entrance score for that ever since. And I kind of wish he'd hung around for a couple more years and I felt like I would have got more, I would have had that motivation there. So it's interesting. That's why I asked if his dad is still alive. Because I wonder, because Paul displays a lot of those kind of addictive personality, extreme personality, characteristics that I think might go against him if his dad wasn't around to keep him in line.
Yeah, very interesting. Yeah. Well, he definitely talks a lot about how, both the brothers try to try to impress each other now.
Yes,
but also they're trying to get their dad's approval ultimately.
That's it.
So,
that's what you're doing. You're seeking dad's approval.
Yeah. So
you're staying out of dad's kind of Tyrannosaurus Rex radar.
Don't want to poke the bear.
Movement. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Our dads have it all, and for me, my dad was just definitely not that, you know what I mean? But, and where my drive came from was probably to try and do things on my own, although later on I learned in life, community's everything. But I think, initially it was like, I resisted all education and because I don't think I never wanted to look bad or, so I resisted education and then I just went out to prove I could do everything on my own because I felt like I didn't get enough kind of structure or support was my experience of the world. It wasn't true, but it just was, my parents did whatever they could do, like whatever they knew how to do. You're sleeping on your knee pad.
Yeah.
I love it. That's a multi-purpose knee pad right there.
It is. It's happy. As you know, being a multiple, how many kids you got? 4?
I got 2.
Sorry,
but although my partner has another 3, but they're all adults now. Yeah.
You got 2 arm pads. Yeah. And we got 1 knee pad for you that looks like a pillow.
Wow.
As you know, if the kids are happy, it's good.
Absolutely.
Whatever it takes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's so many stories of kids where the box is more entertaining than the actual toy itself.
He's the same. Yeah.
So guys, if you're joining us now, we are raising money for Icaro and his beautiful family. Just quickly sharing this is Gerald, of course, if you don't know him. He's a black belt with about a gazillion stripes on it. No, it's 4, isn't it? 4th degree.
Currently comforting my son with it.
His son's playing with his black belt. We have had live streams into the other gyms, and they have been doing amazing things. We're running 8 events around the country. So far today, we've raised over $5,000, which is an amazing credit to what we're doing here. Jihad has let us use his gym as like a headquarters, if you like, for this. Here's Icaro. Icaro is a beautiful guy with a beautiful family. He's dealing with cancer. And we've raised so far, but this amount was around $20,000 when we started. And today we're at $25,110. And that's a real credit to this community, the jiu-jitsu community coming through with this. Icaro is dealing with sarcoma. It's a rare and aggressive form of cancer. James Jolly came up with this idea and we are running with it. So that's where we're at. We've got 1 hour, 15 minutes left to go today, and looks like we're having some internet issues on my side. Let's see. Also, where are the? Also, I'm going to share my invite link with some of the people who are running the gyms to see if they can join back in. Let's see. All right. Yeah, sharing links with some other gyms so we can perhaps see what they're up to. But I'm declaring today is already a success. So we've already raised over $5,000, and yeah, I'm very, very proud of what it is that we're doing. If anybody wants to come on the stream and share some stories or some ideas or some jiu-jitsu related stuff, we just want to be here. We just want to be here for the next hour and 15 minutes while we gather in more donations. Also, I'm donating every hour. I'm donating $50. Marianne forced me in the best possible way to donate $100 1 hour and match her. I love Marianne. She's so special. And she also taught down in Geelong today as well. She's a 4-time world champion black belt. So, you know, mad props to her. She's like, I don't know, she's superhuman. And yeah, it was just such a coup to have her. But also, like that whole Geelong event, they've had back-to-back great coaches. And we're operating in, I think, 8 different locations. If I just go and share my screen here. Where is it? Where's share my screen? Yeah. And sharing and share my Facebook. And if we go find Grapplers Unite. And also, if you can, give this page a follow, give it a like, because we're going to be putting on more events in the future to make a difference to people whenever they need it. It's like a band of superheroes coming together whenever required. But you can see how many events we've had on today. It's quite remarkable. G-Force here, South Valley Baptist Church in Geelong, AKO Martial Arts in Brisbane, Hobart Martial Arts Academy, Point Break Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, C4 Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, wow. Gracie Jiu-Jitsu Shepparton, and then there's 9 events. The other thing is, like, if we have a look, I mean, here's some footage of the Hobart one. Always dangerous opening up your messenger, isn't it? Here we go.
Dangerous going to play.
Dangerous going to play. But you can see here's one of the seminars. Okay. Some people, all people sharing knowledge, sharing love. Each of these people have also donated. That's one of the ways that you get to come into the seminar. But this is the kind of stuff that we're doing, all inspired by James Jelly, who basically just wanted to make a difference. And here it is, come to reality, come to life. And this is just the start, okay? So you should see QR codes everywhere on my screen, on our screen. And if you scan those, or maybe you can click them even, I'm not sure, it should take you to the GoFundMe page. Go there and donate like $1, donate $1 million, donate whatever is good for you. But yeah, as I said, we're at $25,119 of $30,000. That's very exciting.
It is.
All right. So what I mean, I know that we don't have you for much longer. Your son is falling asleep on the floor.
He is.
So
how good's he been? Yeah.
He's been the best. Like,
yep.
You've done well. You've done well. We've got to keep him like that now for the next 20 years.
Yeah,
like, it's a long journey, brother.
It is.
But yeah, what other things do you think are important for us to discuss today? Is there anything else?
So many things.
Yeah.
Funny when you ask those questions, you think, I've got a complete mental blank.
It's fine because according to
the Alzheimer's is real.
But have you been part of any other like jiu-jitsu related like gatherings where people come together for a cause? Is this a big thing that happens?
Good question. Like I said, the one I shared earlier with Doug and the boys getting around him at Rise MMA in Altona, that was very special. That's only a few months ago now. Yeah, look,
What was that? What was that like? Because I didn't.
It was a great event. So we the way that played out, Doug's got a big ethos around giving junior belts, sort of blue, purple, brown belts, the opportunity to coach.
Right.
Cool. and really immersing them in coaching, so that when they get to black belt, they're already experienced coaches. They're
That's
not
a great
getting
idea.
to black belt, and then they kind of there's this expectation that when you get to black belt, oh, you must be able to coach, you know.
Yeah.
And I wonder, have you ever taught someone to drive?
Yes.
What was your experience of teaching someone to drive?
Well, that probably I wasn't equipped yet to teach them how to drive. Like I was just used to driving and I hadn't thought it all through.
Yes. What was your self-assessment of your own driving skills and ability?
I thought I was a damn good driver.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Until you tried to teach someone else to drive.
And I was teaching them bad habits.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'm with you now.
So I'm involving on a journey. So guess what? Guess what happens when you're a black belt and you try to teach other people?
You teach them bad habits.
Yeah, you know, it's sort of. And I found that I was constantly kind of, you know, as I started coaching as a blue belt, but I sort of really got into it, you know, through my later belts and then was black for a while. And I constantly found myself, or people sort of almost kind of checking me, like saying, Gerald, you know, what you're saying and what you're doing are kind of two different things. Like that's not what you do. And I'm kind of like, oh yeah, okay, why is that? You know, is it, hey. So
I love it.
So yeah, it was sort of almost like, and that was almost like and that's something I would say is true of driving. I've taught a few people to drive, and I'm kind of the same thing. You're like, oh, you know, here's the road rules, and here's what I do. You know, they're not always the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, it's important to understand it. It's important to kind of have that as part of your journey, and I think not have that occur once you're a black belt. So Doug's very big on that. Getting back to the story, and so Doug is always about the younger belts teaching. So that was the ethos that was around that seminar for Doug, or that group of people coming together to promote for Doug. It wasn't going to be just the black belts at Rise, and there's 4 or 5 really good black belts at Rise.
Yeah.
So you know, we could have just delivered a seminar and it would have just been more of the same. You know, Cam Rowe is literally one of the best coaches in Australia. You know,
I agree.
He's a very, very high level coach. Doug likewise. And there's a couple of other black belts that are frequently there, you know, Jules Gonzalez and others that are very, very high level blacks. And so that would have been simple, but not necessarily so special and not really aligned with Doug. So no, we deliberately didn't do that. It was the purple belts and brown belts, and they came together and they did a really good job. I learned some stuff. I was like, oh, I've never seen that before.
So
I got
good.
some insights into games that I was like, oh, now I get where they're trying to go, you know, and I'm sort of not just stopping that anymore. Now I've kind of got a sense of their direction. And so it was a very valuable seminar. It was great from that perspective. Raised a lot of money. I think we got to about, like I said, about $25,000 plus over a period of about 2 months. And the seminar was a big part of that. There was we sold a lot of raffle tickets. There was a lot of prizes donated for the raffles. There was, you know, on the day as it is today, you know, there was a lot of money raised on the day.
Brilliant.
And he was literally booked in for surgery, I reckon, a week or 2 after that. And you know, he's literally walking again, which is, you know,
so brilliant.
A godsend in terms of a life change for him, which is very special. So
great. So the jiu-jitsu community coming together, doing this sort of stuff.
That's it. But in answer to your question, to go right back to your question, it's only been recently I've sort of started to see those things occur. And it's probably, you know, there's probably people online that are going to say, oh, yeah, what about, you know, X, Y, Z, and have examples that we've missed or are not aware of.
Yeah.
And I think it's a maturity of the community that we're now doing that. And I think I love what you're doing. I love what James is doing. I'm a big fan.
Well, it's equally as much you. Like, you have been, like, in the cockpit all day today.
Sure.
And like this is an event like owned by the community, all of us. You know what I mean? There is no gain for this other than Icaro and his family and the jiu-jitsu community. They're the people who are winning today.
Agreed.
And that's like, it's really the best way. You know what I mean? When a community kind of just can have its own momentum and everything can just move and everyone takes a little bit of responsibility and causes some stuff. It's a real privilege.
It is. I love being a part of that. I was, you know, Doug made a speech at the seminar. Mate, I was in tears. You know, listening, and I wasn't the only one. There was lots of people that had things in their eyes. Yeah, kind of rubbing their eyes around the gym. And, you know, so I think, and you know, I'm sure I can imagine that Icaro's family are very touched by what's occurring today, which is, you know, is a small part of helping them on their very difficult journey.
Absolutely, and Icaro has been commenting on a few of my Facebook posts. I've never met Icaro, but but I'm sure he's going to. All of this is recorded. You can go back and watch the entire streams if he wants and see the other gyms in action and what people are doing. And like I hope he does. And you know, if he comments on stuff, then great. If not, I'm going to assume that we have nailed it for you, Icaro, and you know, I'm sure that you know, it's going to give you some feeling of love from the jiu-jitsu community, man.
Yeah.
Great. Well, we've got an hour and 5 minutes left to go. I'm running out of voice. I don't know if I can stream for. I don't know if I can stream for another hour and 5 minutes.
Put it on that gear.
Some people, I've seen streamers stream for 24 hours, like YouTubers.
Yeah.
It has an impact on the voice. Like, are you feeling it?
Yeah, I am. Well, really, I mean, do you want to put it on? What other time would you speak for that? You do want it on now? You're
Exactly. Welcome if you're just joining us now.
Yeah, there you go.
Here with Gerald.
You okay?
With there's 8 events going around Melbourne, around Australia right now. 8 jiu-jitsu events.
Okay.
It's very exciting, although we have lost our streaming connection. We were showing those before. We're raising money for Icaro and his family. So I'm just going to quickly share, if you've just joined us now, I'm going to share the Facebook, the GoFundMe page. You will probably see a link, like a QR code or something that you can click on to get to this page. But also if you just go to GoFundMe and, more money's arrived. We're at $25,169 of 30,000. Thank you so much, Hallis. Appreciate that. That's amazing. We might list through these people. Hallis, there's me as well, $50. Gavin Taylor, 30. Scott Greenwood, 200. Marcus, 20. Peter, 50. Anonymous, 50. James Jelly, 50. Anonymous, 10. Me, 100. Marianne, 100. James, 50. Namtran, 50. Gerald, 50. Anton, 50. Stephen, 80. Anonymous, 50. Anonymous, 25. Simon Hull, 20. These are all today. These are like 3 hours ago. Israel, 50. Leon Gray, 100. Jamie Keys, 200. Ashley Green, 40. This is all 3 hours ago still. Ryan Browning, 100. Ollie, 25. Fiona, 20. Christine Harrison. Shout out to my mum, 500. Liam Moran, 50. James Jelly, 200. Adam Green, Halg, 100. Zach, 20. Jeremy, 50. This is only 5 hours ago, guys. Like, mind-blowing to see the community coming together. Mark, 30. Trent, 50. Daniel, 500. Paul, Peter Walsh, 200. Anonymous, 35. Jaden Sinclair, 50. Kyron Eddy, 50. Shane, 100. Frank, 25. Anonymous, 50. Jessica, 20. Tim, 50. So that brings us up to the donations for today. And it's just like 203 donations. I really feel like we have really delivered today, everybody. I mean, obviously we can always raise more, and there's still 5,000 to go. But you know what else is really standing out to me is how many people are now aware of this that weren't before.
Good. Perfect.
You know, and it gives time for them to come in later on and donate more if they want to, for example. That's great. Woo! Excellent. Anything else that we're gonna?
Have we still got the other guys on stream?
No, we don't. I'm trying to get
James.
Finished. No, I don't know if they're finished. I'm going to call James.
Yep, they may have done. Like it's
They may have done.
Yep.
Let me call James. James Jelly. Let's go. Let's get him on the phone. And also, I want to call some people and try and get them to donate some randoms. Some people. Make it a telethon. Make it a real telethon.
Eddie McGuire. Hey, Eddie.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Call some celebrities. Yeah. We're here at G-Force. It is amazing here.
You don't have it coming to your house. Yeah.
Nope, he's not answering. All right, I don't think we have any viewers right now, so we can chill for a moment.
Awesome.
I'm just going to mute. I'm turning it back up. Tell us about your MMA radio program
so
in
it's called
Perth.
NHB Live, which was a copy of. Remember, I'm trying to think of the guy in the States that used to do NHB Live, and it was like it was late '90s kind of he was famous. Like he was always constantly referred to. Anyway, this kid, I shouldn't say kid, he was an adult, but this young guy, Chris, I'm trying to think of his surname in Perth, started up this jumped on a regional radio station, managed to get some airtime, and used to do NHB Live.
Right.
And he interviewed me as a guest. And that went pretty well. And he said, "Oh, look, we really got a lot of good feedback that day." He said, "Would you be?" We interviewed me as a guest again about 3 months later. Perth at the time didn't have a lot of kind of MMA. You know, with all due respect, didn't have a lot of people that had done MMA. So it was like, oh, he said we had some really good responses. And so he said, "Would you be interested in coming on as a host or a co-host?" And I said, "Sure." So every Saturday I used to go up to Wangara, which was a long way from my house, about an hour and a half, and due north up the freeway, and do this hour radio show. And we'd play like music and stuff and answer questions. And there was a mailbag. And this is back in the day, like early internet days, late 90s, early 2000s. And we'd talk about MMA. We'd talk about Pride and the UFC and kind of, you know, local fighters and local shows. And we started to get more and more local shows on. We had Soa Palele on. We ended up interviewing Hoist Gracie.
Wow.
We managed to like hook up a Hoist Gracie interview. There was a lot of, and again, people who had kind of travelled through Perth, and we got to meet, and then we'd sort of interview them. Randy Couture was another guy, I believe we got
wow.
to interview. So yeah, it was kind of fun. It was, but it's hard. It's hard to do. It's hard to be behind a mic and kind of not have we used to laugh. We used to laugh because one day he was talking about it, and so like, oh, remember that guy from that show, you know? And I'd be like, I need more than that. And so we'd always laugh.
Absolutely. Brother, thank you so much. Thanks, Big G. You rock, man. Having us in your gym has been amazing. Thank you, brother. Do you want me to call you when it's time to do your magic lockup? This gym is a fortress, and he can fully remotely kill it. Like, I'm outside the gym and I like say open sesame or whatever, and then everything just opens up.
That's
the roller doors
awesome.
come, the lights will come on, everything comes
Like
to
a
life.
Bond movie.
It is amazing. It's a very special gym to be a part of.
Very cool gym.
Jihad is
like, if this was
Just
anywhere
absolutely-
else, Jack would not have lasted 3 or 4 hours.
That's
like a
true.
Children's playground.
That is
right
true.
here. Like,
Check this out.
Like, you would not go to a better equipped kind of children play area than this. Look at the balls. The
absolutely.
Mats,
It's
he can literally kind of, don't want to say knock himself out because he probably will. But you can, like, there's, you know, off you go and play. There's,
absolutely. It's a really cool
Yeah,
space
yeah.
to hang out in. And G's just created this out of his own like imagination of what he wanted to be.
I'm honestly
gym.
in awe of this place. I
It's
wonder
very
where
special.
He found the time to do all of this.
Well, what he said to
Clearly
me
a
was
very
he
talented guy.
actually like
Yeah.
landed on his feet
Mm.
when he was younger. You know what I mean? And somehow set himself up.
Okay.
And so therefore he could take his time. You know, he could take
Awesome.
his time to get things right. You know, that's the way he kind of explained it to me.
Cool.
And you know,
I feel like he's being very modest.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but it requires that sort of buff. It's
Yeah.
like he's playing the long game. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I
Yeah.
love that about
I
G's
like it.
approach about this gym. He doesn't rush anything. He doesn't force anything,
Perfect.
and then it happens. So it's
Yeah.
great.
And that's evident in his kids program. The kids, I constantly look at his results.
Yes.
The competition results for his kids, they're second to none.
Yeah. Well, the last time that they went to a comp,
Yeah.
right, the kids did not drop a point.
Wow.
None of the kids dropped a point in the
Wow.
entire competition. So yeah, they're doing
Okay.
something right here.
Look out, future jiu-jitsu in Melbourne. Like, this place is going to be on
That's
the map.
right. It's crazy. So, guys, if
Yeah.
you're just joining us, we are here raising money for Icaro and his family. In case you're not aware, I'm going to share the GoFundMe page. Please go to this page, donate. There should be QR codes, all sorts of things around that you can find this page. But at this point, we've raised $25,160. Oh, it's gone up again. $25,194. Oh, Katia, thank you so much. You led $25. Yeah, we've raised $25,194, $30,000 for Icaro and his family. The bottom line is that Icaro is dealing with sarcoma, which is a rare and aggressive cancer, and we need to send him. His family are sending him states for some clinical trial treatments and some other related expenses. And this money is literally a lifeline for Icaro. It's very important that we make this happen, and we make it happen straight away. So what we're doing, We've been running seminars all over Australia today, 8 different seminars running at the same time. In fact, if I go here and I share this tab and I go to Grapplers Unite, is James Jelly's baby. He's allowed me to ride shotgun with him for a while. I'm really, it's a real privilege and honor, but these are the different seminars that have been happening all day. One here at Force, one at South Valley Baptist Church, one AKO Martial Arts, one at Hobart, one at Point Break Brazilian in Brunswick Heads, one in Grace in Shepparton, one in Coffs Harbour. So lots of events happening today, and so much love and so much action and so much knowledge shared on the mats. And the thing is that everybody donated in order to attend these seminars. What I would say is great results for today, and we've still got another 50 minutes to go. So if you're in a donating kind of mood, please do that. Please, give generously, give what you can give, because what else is there in life, really? You know what I mean? Like, what else is more important than supporting people when they really ask? Okay, like I think that it's a privilege, it's an honor, especially if you have your health right now. Because your time is going to come. My time's going to come. Like, actually, just this morning, a doctor told me I should quit jiu-jitsu. They said you've got things going on in your neck that shouldn't be happening. And if you don't stop doing jiu-jitsu, that could get worse. So my time is coming, all I can say is, let's support each other. Let's look after each other in the way that humans can do so well, communities can do so well. And the jiu-jitsu community is special. It's not normal in the best possible way. We spend a lot of time in very close proximity with each other, and we get to really each other. Okay, so yeah, I want us to stand together as a community and push this thing as far as we can go to make sure that they've got 30 grand that they need. We're at 25 grand. We can do this, guys. And it doesn't have to be today, but it's best if it's today. It's best if it's today while we're all focused on it, thinking about it. And I appreciate my friends who are donating. I appreciate everyone, all the randoms who are donating. It's amazing. All the people who've showed up to events and are donating. It really is happening. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm waffling now because I've been talking nonstop for 3 hours. It feels like we're about to lose the amazing. We've got Gerald here. We've got Gerald, 4th degree black belt. We've got Jack over here. Wave hello, Jack.
Hi.
Hello. Jack's a 0 degree white belt, but he's working on that. He's just started his first jiu-jitsu class today.
Yep. What do you think, little man? Do you want to do jiu-jitsu? Okay.
Jiu-jitsu is fun,
Lucky.
isn't it?
Lucky.
All right. Good idea.
Don't be
That's
nice,
right.
please.
All right. So we've got a QR code on the screen. I'd really love to get some of the other gyms to pop in throughout today. We've had the other gyms popping up on the screen, showing us what they're up to. In case you haven't seen what it was like, I'm just going to quickly share my Facebook screen again, and I'm going to show you like what it looked like at Hobart. Okay. So it looked like, and this is just one example, but that's the kind of turnout that we got across 8 locations in Australia. And everybody was just so committed to this, so committed right from the, and it didn't take much to promote it. Okay, so this is the thing. We are creating a precedent for the future. Whenever we're dealing with something as a community, put your hand up, ask Grapplers Unite, and we're going to come together across the country and we're going to support your cause. That is the goal of Grapplers Unite, which is something really special, I think.
Yep, I agree. Very special.
Awesome, brother. Awesome. So, what else can we talk about for the last
You got hand wash?
50 minutes?
50 minutes.
50 minutes.
Only 50 minutes to
Only
kind of
50
fill
minutes.
with stories, jiu-jitsu stories.
Yeah. Well, and also like, okay, let's get inside the head of like someone who's been doing jiu-jitsu for so long. Like you've talked about why you stay in jiu-jitsu, and that's for the community, right?
It
But
is. Yeah,
but as
really
far
is.
as your technique, Like
Yeah.
what are you fascinated by? Is it which part of the game? And
Good question. Good question. That's water, little man. You want to put it in the bin? Good boy. So yeah, I think the game has evolved phenomenally since I started. It was so simple and clunky and kind of, I don't know, almost binary when I started.
yeah,
and that was all people knew. That was all. It's evolved. It's evolved faster than I think almost any one person could kind of keep up with.
Yeah.
I think it's almost like been a case of there's very few people I think that were early on the journey that are now still current and still, able to sort of execute or even understand a lot of what's occurred since then. And, I'm certainly not one of them, by the way. So there's elements of the game that have really kind of exploded and almost created their own styles. And I think some of those have been competition rule sets that have done that. There's been an evolution of the jiu-jitsu sport and the IBJJF rules themselves. Hey, don't touch any of those.
That's the microphone.
So yeah, and then of course there's the creativity and the intelligence of the people involved. So it's really these days I think people have got so many good options to kind of pick and choose their coaches and maybe travel between gyms that didn't used to occur. There was so the internet obviously just changed everything. I mean, it changed the planet, not just jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So
this great website called YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube, exactly. I can remember, the old school guys, we all laugh about, as I was talking about before, keeping diaries or videos and, kind of just copying what we saw in videos with really little understanding of what the sort of intent was or the real context.
Come and see what it do.
Yeah, can I stay with Anton for a little while longer? We're gonna.
You've been so good today, Jack. I can't believe it. Are you really 4? Because it feels like you're more like 10. Yeah, because you're just so
4 years, haven't we, little man?
You've been letting us do this show for 3 hours, more than 3 hours, 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Yep.
You're amazing.
Might be some Jack time coming up after this. He's going to go and see his little girlfriend Yelena. Should we go to Yelena's house after this? Have a play day? Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely.
It is pretty cool. So yeah, look, I think jiu-jitsu's evolved a huge amount. I think, what am I fascinated about was your question. I am fascinated by the leg lock game. I'm fascinated by the, some of the rolling and transition games that are more and more relevant and more successful these days. They're things I'm not particularly good at, which is why I kind of find them fascinating. I tend to try and sort of be an anti sort of dynamic and anti sort of footlock guy, because that's the only way I survive on the mat.
Yes.
I haven't rolled there for a couple of years, but I used to roll at Absolute pretty regularly with Lachlan Giles, and try and get on the mat with his guys every month or so. And for a while I lived in St Kilda, so it was pretty regular.
Oh, yeah.
And I got destroyed by those guys. Like some of those, literally, from about the first row back on his mat, I'm like, I'm fighting for my life here. And as a at the time, probably 2nd or 3rd degree black belt, and think, wow, this is this, and because the game's changed and they're so good at it, and it's sort of a lot of my stuff was less effective on them, which was Is it your turn? You're going to tell us about your jiu-jitsu? Okay, what do you?
Fun.
Jiu-jitsu is fun.
Yeah.
I agree. Can I have a high five on that, please? Thank you, brother.
This is an interesting question for you, Jack Buddy, because today is your first jiu-jitsu lesson. So what brought you to jiu-jitsu?
That one.
Yeah, was it me? We brought you here in the car. Is kind of the answer. But, yeah.
And who had a gear on it?
It's got a gi.
You got a gi.
What's inside here? Who's this? Who is it?
That I can't think about it. What is that?
Me either.
Yeah, just
look cool, so we bought it.
Sort of
It
character.
looks like some kind of like
We should know.
Ren and Stimpy sort of thing. Probably isn't.
Oh my lord, we're showing our age.
Yeah, some children's program. So.
James is calling. Let's see. James Jelly.
Jay.
Very good. How are you?
And
Wow.
Amazing. Can you jump back in on the new link so we can show a bit of that, please? There's a new link. I sent it to you on Facebook. Yeah. Thanks, brother. Cheers, man. Thanks.
You've got a blue tongue because you've been.
All right. We're going to be showing you some more of one of the seminars that are in Geelong right now. James is about to jump in on that link. So you were talking about jiu-jitsu, and what was your favorite part about jiu-jitsu today?
Did you have fun today?
Mhm.
What did you do? What did you do? What did we do? Knee tag? Did we play games?
Yeah.
Yeah, games are
Yeah,
fun. aren't
games are fun. I
Yeah.
love games.
Yep.
Hey, James, welcome.
Hey.
Welcome.
Hey guys.
Hey, mate.
Hey, how's it all going with you guys over there?
Yeah, good. Tony Harvey's just been teaching some
Jiu-jitsu
um,
is
choke.
good and
That's great.
Spinning chokes. Baseball bat
More
chokes.
chokes.
Baseball bat chokes.
Oh, he stole your game. He stole your bit.
Oh mate, he's better at it than me.
That's awesome, man. We've still got people in our class who try to do the baseball bat chokes like you, and I get them to teach it to the newcomers. They just love it. They've remembered so much about what you taught, man. It's amazing.
Yeah, nice.
What a
Nice.
success!
That's
What a successful day. We're so far, just so you know, we're at $25,194.
Oh, cool. I wonder.
Yeah, it's
I wonder.
pretty
I
exciting,
wonder.
man.
I guess we won't know until the end how much cash has been collected either.
That's true.
So
So
what
you'll
I'll
be
do-
putting through what?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, go on.
At the end of ours, I'll count up whatever cash I've got here, and I'll just deposit it from my bank into the GoFundMe.
Amazing.
I think there's. Let me have a look.
Dada has an echo. Dada
Let's
has
have a
an
look.
echo in it.
Here we go.
Dada has an echo in
Oh,
it.
you got some cash there, brother. You got some cash.
200, 250, 300, 350,
And Chichi
400,
Whoa.
Dad,
450,
what's this sticker called?
Whoa.
500,
Now, what's this sticker?
550,
Whoa.
590, I think. So I'll just check that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I've got $590 in cash.
$590 in cash from the Geelong event.
Yes.
And then there's other events, right, as well, where they'll be
Yeah.
collecting cash as well.
Yeah.
This is amazing news, man. So we've raised, wow, that brings us up to around $5,500 plus of donations today.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that is just epic, man. This is just
Sleep in here.
such a testament to the community, you know,
Yeah.
that we're able to do this. And you know, I get to spend the whole day with Gerald as well, which has been really fun,
Yeah,
man. We've been hanging out, but like mission control here, like just sharing all the different events and talking about them and sharing stories. You're going to be able to, but this is all because of your vision, man. And this would just not be. This would just. I know that I'm banging on about that, but it takes people like you to come up with an idea, share that idea in a way that people are like, there's no way that they can not be a yes. And look what happens, man. You've managed to put on 8 simultaneous seminars around Australia and raise over, you know, around at least $6,000, but we know the final number will come in later. And with not that much work, right? The community has done a lot of the work.
Yeah, no, it's actually one of the coaches here earlier, Adam Renkauskas, made an interesting comment which I thought was very valid. And that comment was that he loves this kind of fundraising because what usually happens with fundraising is people are just asked to put their hand in their pocket.
Yeah.
So there's a cost for somebody, whereas
Mhm.
with this, there's no cost because people are getting, you know, they're getting great value for their money. So
Yeah.
yeah, so
So
all it
true.
takes is a few people to donate a little bit of time,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, people are getting something they'd be happy to pay for anyway, and the money's all going to a great cause.
So true, brother.
Yeah.
So true.
And I guess,
Oh
I think,
man,
you know,
it's a real privilege.
and considering the rush, you know, that we've had, and the fact that, you know, I've been overseas, you've been overseas, you know, I think this is, you know, it's amazing. Imagine as a community what we could do. You know, it's just, yeah, the sky's the limit, really.
Well, this is Grapplers Unite. You know, as a cause, you know, anyone who's got something that they're dealing with that they want the community to assemble for,
Yeah.
they just reach out to you or to me, and they say, "Hey, Grapplers Unite, this is what I'm dealing with. Do you think we can put something together?" And then, you know, of course, if we possibly can,
Yeah,
We're gonna
totally.
make this happen. We're gonna assemble simultaneous seminars. We're gonna put on something of value, and everybody's gonna win. You know, that's the game. That is the game.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. Yeah.
Very
Mate,
cool, brother.
I'm going to do a bit of a ring around after we finish and just see how the others are going or how they went.
Mhm.
I'm also going to make sure that I've got the names of everybody that's coached.
Yep.
And we'll
And
push this
silly
out a bit.
game.
Obviously, this is still live for another couple of weeks. We've still got events next Saturday and the Saturday after.
Careful.
So, we can keep this live for a couple more weeks and see. There might be people that haven't seen this who are in a position to donate something.
That's right. And Gerald and I were talking about this. Now, all of these people who've donated, of which there's been very many today, are all aware that this project exists, that this GoFundMe exists, that Icaro and his family are dealing with this, and they may come back and redonate again once they stock up a little bit on funds, or they may share it with other people, or this is what's going to happen. So we've definitely raised a lot of awareness as well.
Yeah.
And I think that's another great thing about a project like this. So many people now know about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Awesome.
considering what we've been able to achieve with the small number of people we managed to talk to.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. That's when you know something's good, man. When it doesn't require a lot of forcing,
Yeah.
That's when we know we're up to good things. Absolutely, brother.
Yeah.
Real cool. So you want to show us a bit of this seminar, and then and we'll keep that running. We might, unless you've got anything else.
Yeah.
Great, man. Awesome. Wow, these people have been learning for 4 hours straight.
Absolutely.
That's a big day on that.
That's a big day on the mat for
I
them.
actually, the reason I got off the mat was because I wanted to keep my head on my shoulders.
Jack loved that, man.
No, I didn't.
That was the only way I could stop being choked was to say, I need to go and talk to Anton and Gerald.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, my doctor would probably say the same thing about me. I wouldn't be allowed that.
Well, can you just show me that again, son?
Too good, man. Oh, yeah.
Down pass. We're in side control. Hand lands on the shoulder. Nice and friendly like. Gotta go thumb in. Put the choke on. Cut a choke. He defends. His hand on my head. Step over the mount. I pummel. Come over. Alright, so the finish is thumb in. Hand behind the head. Grab my forearm. Lean in. Down. Awesome. Alright.
Oh, Ezekiel. Is that an Ezekiel?
Yeah.
It's like an Ezekiel.
Oh,
Nice.
it doesn't. If there's a way of popping your head off, Tony will do it.
Love it.
He's like totally non-discriminatory with his grips, or if it works, then he can pull your head off. I just had a photo being sent through from Darwin. Hang on.
Send it on through. I'll open it up here. Oh, he's jumped off. Okay, we're going to get a photo of what the seminar's like in Darwin. Let's go take a look.
I grew up in Darwin. Wow.
Did you?
Yeah.
Huh. There you go. Did not know that about you. We learned so much about you today.
1980 to about 1994, lived in Darwin.
What was it like living in Darwin?
Awesome. Loved it.
Yeah.
Kind of grew up there. I was like 10 years old to about 21.
Crocodiles? Lots of crocodiles?
Not as people think. It's like it's a regular place with crocodiles if you want to drive. In the river, you're going to meet a crocodile, but you're not going to they're in our pool. Look, and
like
actually,
they feel
now,
like
now that I think about it, every now and then in somebody's pool.
I'm trying to get the photo of
radical,
Darwin here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Why
get.
do you have yellow?
Here comes the Darwin photo, people. Oh wow! Look at Darwin. That is a crazy big seminar.
Yeah, nice.
That's amazing.
I think
Wow.
Is that the Geo Centre? Yeah, that's Des Green. So he's a lovely fellow. He's a copper up there, and that's his club. I think this fellow's name is an old school Pete DeBean guy.
Right.
Dave or Peter or Paul, I've got in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Wari mat. I was up there this time last year for a 40th, friend of mine's 40th. And I posted that I was in Darwin the night before, like the Friday night before. I was at a local cafe. It's called the Cool Spot, famous cafe in Fanny Bay. And I was like, oh, I haven't been here for like 30 years. And he clicked on it. He was like, oh, did you bring your gi? And I said, no, I'm here for a 40. And he goes, what size are you? not like, oh, would you like to come to train? But
you are coming to training.
Like, what size gi are you? And I was like, I'm an A4. And he was like, no problem. So the next day I went and trained on that mat, and they had no respect for my black belt. They're like, great. So it was giant killers on that mat.
Oh, that's amazing. I love it.
It was really good. It was a great day. I had a lot of fun. Made some new friends. So
that's so cool.
Yep.
So cool, brother. Wow. I'm so blown away by today, everybody. And if we look again, we'll look at the GoFundMe page. We are at
the bottle cap. Where's it gone?
$25,194. Well, it's gone up again. $25,229. Okay, so thank you to Anonymous, who's donated $35 4 minutes ago. Plus, James said he was holding $550. So yeah, 25,570 plus there's going to be cash at other clubs. So I'm pretty sure we're up over 26,000, and let's hope there's been some whopping cash donations somewhere else around the place. Maybe there has been. So we're getting closer to that 30K, guys. We really are.
Yep.
And if you're not sure why this is all happening today, this is the guy, Icaro. Look at that happy face. He's a family man. He has 2 young children, beautiful wife, and is dealing with sarcoma, a rare and aggressive form of cancer. We're trying to send him, give him his family the money to send him to the States for some clinical trial treatments, some other related expenses. I've repeated myself a lot today, so hopefully there's not one person who's sticking around and just listening to me repeat myself, but it's for the benefit of each new personal people as they come through. Well, we have less than half an hour to go now.
Did you go to wee?
And Gerald's disappearing for a bathroom break for his son. So, but you are unbelievable, man. And Jack is unbelievable. You guys have been here for 4 hours nearly. And this guy, that's an hour for every year of Jack's age. Like, he's been an unbelievable young child. Just being very, very supportive of our mission here today. All right, guys. So we've got half an hour left. I also want to show you, in case you're not aware, please give the following. I'll put it. I don't know if I can put it in the chat. Let me see if I can put things in the chat. But Grapplers Unite, okay, is the reason why we're here today. Grapplers Unite is a page where the jiu-jitsu community can come together, and they can. I'm going to put it in the chat. Hopefully it posts it out. Let's see where it posts it. I think it's only posted it to my YouTube, sadly. But Grapplers Unite I'll just share my screen here. Okay, is a Facebook page. It's a community page where we will assemble like superheroes. I don't want to call myself a superhero, but all of us as a community will assemble like superheroes, coming together for a cause. Okay, and there's no money ever to be made out of this. This is about providing direct money to people who need it when they need it, or awareness, should that be the case. And the idea is that we're going to put on seminars simultaneously around the country in order to make sure that that all of the community gets a chance to contribute. And if we have a look at the events from today, you'll see these are all the events for Icaro that took place. One at G-Force, one in Geelong at South Valley Baptist, one at AKO Martial Arts in Brisbane, one in Hobart, one at Point Break, one at C4, one at Gracie Jiu-Jitsu Shepparton. It's amazing. It's mind-blowing to think the amount of people that have been involved in today, but also we didn't do much of the work at all. And I've got, here's James. James is back.
Hey, brother.
Hey, James. Hey, brother.
I
Hello.
just sent you a picture from the Darwin event.
We looked at that, man. That was amazing. It was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So
In fact, I'll put it up. I'll bring it up on my screen again. It's Ripple there. Where did my Facebook go? There we go. Yeah, they packed the house. That's amazing. Here we go. It's up on my screen now. It's
I think Dave's just typing in something.
yeah,
at the moment.
2, 4, 6, 8, 14, 16, 18. That's like 25 people or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, really cool.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah. I can't believe it, man. It's amazing. So how much longer has the event in Geelong got to go, brother? Do you think they'll make it to 4 p.m.?
3 p.m. 11 till 3.
Sorry, 3 p.m. My bad.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll make it to 3 p.m.?
Yeah, well, Tony's just wrapping up now, and then we've got Neil for half an hour and we're done.
Wow, amazing. Well, that's perfect.
Everybody's pretty gassed, though.
This is, yeah. And, you know, actually, there's something I like about that.
I've been on the map for 3.5 hours.
Yeah. I think it's great, though, that we all stretch ourselves a bit for Icaro. You know what I mean? Like, I think that nothing comes easy today is good, you know, because that's, you know, Icaro's not dealing with something easy either. He's in a fight. We're all in a fight with him.
Yeah.
We're by his side to the best of our ability. So, yeah, I think that there's something in just stretching ourselves in these events. That's great, man. And any more cash? Any more cash coming in?
I don't have any more yet, but I'm going to ask everybody to give me either a cash tally or bank it in the GoFundMe.
Yeah, great. So the way that also some more money's coming in. So we're currently at 25,229 plus your 550.
Yeah.
Okay, is I'm just getting my calculator. 200. It's like I keep letting calculator instead of my calendar. Bear with me. 25,229.
So it's going to be It's going to be just under 26 so far.
$25,779 is what we're at.
Oh yeah.
So that's real cool, man.
Cash from the other venues.
That's without the cash from the other venues. So that's a huge achievement for today. Like, so what's that putting us? We're probably in the $7,000 ish at this point raised.
Yeah.
And we aim for 10. And I do believe that I believe that will roll in today. Like I really think we can do this.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. And just please obviously thank everybody in that seminar from us as well, because we've got to watch a lot of that seminar today.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too is, I mean, the Perth one hasn't even started yet.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. The Perth one hasn't started yet. Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm going to run out of voice for that one, but
I don't think Adam will expect us to be online for all that. But we might catch them at the start or something.
Yeah, absolutely. So what time do they start in Perth again?
I think he was only doing a couple of hours, but he wasn't starting until 1 o'clock, I think, in their time.
Right, and it's 12:30. It's 12:33 in Perth right now, so they're starting in half an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're starting as we finish. Amazing.
Yeah.
Woo! Passing the baton. I like it a lot, man.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. Oh. And what surprised you the most about today, James?
What surprised me the most about today? Well, I can't say anything's really surprised me because, you know, I know what jiu-jitsu people are like.
Yeah.
So I can't say that the support has surprised me. It's delighted me.
Yeah.
But I can't say it surprised me.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think that's a beautiful answer, brother. I totally agree with that. You know, it really is. It's like, that's what we do. That's the jiu-jitsu community at work.
So you're backing this up with the Victoria Masters tomorrow?
We are. Yeah, monthly Masters tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll see you there.
So we'll probably ask them to donate as well. I've already made them aware of this page, but we'll probably formally ask them to donate tomorrow as well. Any amount if they haven't already. So that's, there's another 1,000 people there that we can share the cause with. So
Yeah, well, as
absolutely.
as long as my son's flight isn't late, I'll be there.
Cool. We're at Rise MMA tomorrow.
Yeah. So I'm due to pick my son up from a 5:30 a.m. arrival at Tullamarine and take him back to Geelong.
Okay.
And
Does
then,
your son do jits or what?
no.
Is he into jits yet?
No, but
Okay.
he competed before I did.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's a story for another day, maybe. Oh, I can share it now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, please.
So when people ask me when I started jiu-jitsu, I tell them I started in 2000 after Craig Robinson convinced me that I should.
Yeah.
The real story is that I attempted to start at the same club about 5 years earlier. The intro class coach was one Jeremy Takoti.
Wow.
And his warm-ups were the most brutal thing I've ever experienced in my life.
You got scared out of jiu-jitsu by the warm-ups. I got it.
I was so overweight and unfit that I couldn't get through his warm-ups. So I quit.
Wow.
Now, at the same time, my son, who would have been 8 or 9 at the time, had also started. And the original Will Machado gathering upstairs in a gym in Brome Street in Geelong, gym called Fitness Physique. Gerald would remember. He would have competed there.
He does. He's saying he remembers it. Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, my son Matt is in one of those photos from those competitions, but I wasn't because I'd quit. And it took me 5 years to come back.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. And what convinced you to come back? How come? How did
Robbo.
you?
Robbo.
After you'd quit, what made you come back?
Well, not long after I'd quit, a couple of years after that, I got bashed by about 6 blokes. And anyway, I did Japanese Jiu-Jitsu for a couple of years. And then Robbo challenged me to a sparring session, Craig Robinson. And I laughed it off for months. And told him I'd smash him because I was like 110 kilos and he was about 65.
Yeah.
And eventually I said to him, okay, I'll humour you. I'll come to open mat. And he just smashed me for about 10 minutes. And on the Monday, I called John and booked him for privates.
There you go. That's the story.
And then a couple of months later, came to class. Yeah. So anyway, cool.
That's the way the Gracies used to teach as well. They used to you'd start with privates, and then after a long sessions of privates, then you'd be allowed to join the class.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you did it the Gracie way.
No, I think I started that way because I was too much to go to class. Mate, I'm going to keep this moving along here. I'll check in with you again soon.
Yeah, I'd love you to put in the camera at the class if you can, and I'll put you on mute.
There's not much happening at the moment. Everybody's dead.
That's all right. That's fun. That's it's like a marathon, jiu-jitsu marathon.
Got to get us through the last 22 minutes.
Woo! Let's go.
And hopefully my phone's long. So can you? Can you see the mat there?
Yep, can see the mat there.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right, let's do it.
You rock, buddy. Well done. All right, everybody. We are doing this. We got 21 minutes to go. My voice needs a break. Been talking nonstop for 4 hours. Yeah, it's an amazing story from James, isn't it? It's like, he quit. His son joined. His son competed. Then he did some other stuff, some Japanese jiu-jitsu. Then came back. Got bashed by 6 guys, he said. Wow, that would suck. Yeah. I don't know why, guys. Yeah. Oh, he's on camera. Definitely don't wipe out now on camera. We've got 22 minutes left, 21 minutes left. If you have not donated, now is your chance. Okay, there should be QR codes all over the place. We're raising money for Icaro, and Hikaru, that's a chess player. Icaro and his beautiful family. I'll show you the page just in case you haven't seen it yet. I've shared it about a gazillion times today. So here he is. He's his daughters and his wife. He's like, there's a beautiful little family. And Icaro is dealing with a rare and aggressive form of cancer, sarcoma. And so, yeah, the goal is $30,000 so that he can be flown to the States for some clinical treatments and some other related expenses. We are currently at, oh, it's gone up again. It's gone up again. Woo! All right. It's 25,249 now. So another $20 from Ishta. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. And yeah, we are really, really doing great stuff today. My friend Fred is calling me. Let's find out. Hello, Fred. How are you? I'm very well. You're live on a stream. You're not on loudspeaker, but I'm live on a live stream raising money. No, it's totally fine. I'm glad you've called. I'm glad you've called because now I can ask you to donate. Well, Icaro, he's a guy in the jiu-jitsu community. He's dealing with sarcoma, which is a rare form of cancer. It's very aggressive. He's got a beautiful little family. I'll send you the GoFundMe link. You'll see everything about him there, but he's an absolutely beautiful guy, and what he's dealing with is very tough. So if you've got a lazy, any amount of whatever you can do, anything greater than... That's true. Not $0. Has to be more than $0. So I'm sending you this link right now. And how about I give you a call back afterwards, in case you want to talk about something else. He's a guy in the jiu-jitsu community, and he's contributed to a lot of people. He gives his time very generously. He's got 2 young daughters, beautiful wife. So who he is to me is someone in the jiu-jitsu community who's known as a known contributor, and that's what's important. So yeah. So if I've sent you the link, and if it calls you to donate, then please donate. It would be greatly appreciated. And I will call you when I'm driving back home in about 20-ish minutes. Oh, okay. Exciting. Okay. Well, yeah, perfect. I'll call you when I can. Thanks, brother. Cheers, Fred. Okay, mate. Bye. All right. My first telethon call. That went well. He's going to donate. Nobody should call me unless they expect to be asked to donate. That's what I've got 43 minutes left. I can start calling people. 43 people. Hey, he's back. Nam is back. All right.
How you going?
Good to see you, Nam.
Nice to see you. How are you?
Hey, Nam. How you going, brother? Come and join us if you want. Yeah. Come and join us, man. Hey, everybody, this is Nam. And Nam and I have history. We've competed against each other, and it's always fun.
Yeah, it was good fun.
It was good fun.
Bit of gi, bit of no gi as well.
That's right, brother. So just to bring up to speed, Nam, here's where we're at. And I saw you donated. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're at 25,249.
206 donors.
Yeah, 206 donors. So it's looking real good. It's a very, very kind of it's a big group of people. Lots of people. Oh, look at some of these seminars. Like if I switch to this tab here and we look at here's Darwin.
Awesome.
Look at that seminar there. We've got what else do we have? We have I'm looking for this. Yeah. Here's Hobart. Amazing.
Yeah, representing.
Yeah, totally, man. So yeah, really exciting to see all of these people coming together. And just very, very proud of what people have achieved today. So I tell you what, we've got are you interested in some jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
Because you've got Gerald here. He's taking his gi off. But if you've got any questions for Gerald, you can ask him, and I'm sure he will. What are you working on at the moment in your game?
Well, I'm actually coming off the back of a couple of injuries, so
Okay.
yeah, I'm
Come and have a
So-
seat, Gerald, if you've got another couple of minutes before we
Sure.
go.
Yeah.
You can come on this side too.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
room for you
yeah.
here. Join the panel. We've got a panel now, guys. We've got a panel. All right. Saying you're coming off a couple of injuries.
Yeah, just a couple of, both elbows, my ribs. So did a cauliflower ear that hung around for a little while. So today was actually going to be my first day back on the mats for a couple of weeks. So yeah,
Wow.
I'm not actually working on anything. Just wanted to
Just getting back on
Get
the
back
mat.
in,
working on
yeah.
getting
Yeah,
back
yeah.
on the mat.
Mm.
Cool. Did I do that?
Injury's such
Did
a-
I do those elbows?
No,
The
no,
cauliflower
no.
ear too? Okay, cool, bro.
all good.
Do you know how the elbows are working? Like, what's the mechanism of injury?
So it's both golfers.
Yeah.
So this one from an Americana that turned into a straight armbar.
Mhm.
So a little bit of tendon and ligament. And this side, I don't know what happened. One day I was just driving and it went, and so
Driving injury.
yeah.
Yep.
So
We get so much RSI. I tend to find, or my injuries, elbow injuries, tend to be from RSI, or tend to be from supporting too much weight in that kind of like hyperextended position where the limit of the range of motion in as they come back towards you. So flexion, there's an extension. Yeah. So I tend to try and resist anyone doing that to me these days, just to stop those elbow injuries coming up. That inflammation that tends to lead to those injuries. So,
What's an example of stopping someone doing that to you?
like not allowing yourself to, or allowing yourself to find yourself underneath, for example, a side control where your frame is compressed to the point where it's past the point of range of motion, and your elbows like, you know what? It's just my body, my kind of tendons and ligaments, resisting that person as compared to muscle contraction, which is more is safer in terms of injury. So changing your game and like making sure your hips, so that you can kind of move and not allow yourself to be crushed under there.
So like not being on your back, basically, like getting to your side
correct.
faster.
Like establishing a better a better escape position earlier. So
yeah.
would you, let's say you had two frames,
Mhm.
would you sacrifice one for an underhook to try and change the
instead of getting injured,
drive? Yeah.
yeah,
So even if in trying that, you might actually give up a
it's a
cross
different
face?
problem. Yeah, it's
So-
a different. You're creating a different, scenario for your opponent, but just sort of resisting or kind of going down that path of resistance just with your elbows. Yeah, no, change it. If injury is going to be your outcome, you're smarter to create a different sort of problem for your opponent and different problem for you, and get out of there, I think. So I tend to try and exploit that with others. Like if I can get to a position where I'm kind of particularly going to find a limit of weakness with somebody's frame, then I'll kind of exploit that a little bit, because quite often as a result of that, they'll do just what you said, which is give up something to protect that injury, and you're like, that's what I actually wanted. I'm not trying to injure you. I just know that there's an autonomic response there which is going to give me an opportunity. So,
Absolutely. Actually, we studied that just this week. So it's like when you're on top, and the person, let's say that you're going for, you're going to step over. Let's say you're going to, you're on top and you're going to step over with the foot, okay, to kind of set up step over their head, but they block your hips with their hands. You can rotate your hips down on top of their hands and crush their hand back to their face, basically. You can. So you're right. Like you can exploit this a lot if you know how to, and it does put a lot of pressure on those joints. So definitely,
there is a big difference between here, and here, though, right? Like, down here you've got the bone structure.
Yeah.
Here, you could sort of work it.
Well, it's
but
a lever. Like the fulcrum is here, but the leverage point, or the ability to create force or torque around that joint is exacerbated by the longer, the further you are away from there. So even worse if you're taller.
So James is back.
Hey, just he's in from
here he
Darwin.
is.
They've raised $1,000.
Hey.
He's in from Darwin. They've raised $1,000.
Whoa! Amazing. Woo! Oh wow! So that puts us to, like, if we look at this, if we, oh wow, okay, so okay, amazing. So we've got.
Did he say he had 10 black belts on the mat?
I think he did. Let's have a look. So I'm just going to share my screen here. What am I sharing here? First of all, I'm sharing the page. So we're at $25,249 at the moment.
Yeah.
Plus your $650. Okay. Sorry, $550.
$590, but we'll say $600.
$590. Okay, hang on a second. Let me just get this. I want to get this accurate. Okay, so we're at 25,249, 25,249 plus 590 plus 1,000.
Yep.
We are at 26,839.
Yeah, and Darwin will deposit that money this afternoon.
Darwin
will
what?
deposit that money into the GoFundMe this afternoon.
Amazing. And then if we look at this here, I don't know, hopefully everything you sent me in that message I can share. But some guys donated online as well.
Yeah.
So Darwin collected $1,000. Here we go. Here's the people who were there. David Nickel, Karen, Warwick Drew, Abe Eaton, Des Green, Skev Macaroona, Lewis Dilemos, Michael Biddlecombe, Oscar Orwell, Matt Chick. Yeah, wow.
So that was the great bunch of instructors.
Absolutely, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Gerald Des Green. That's a name from years ago, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, I was just talking about Des before. He's a copper from way back in Northern Territory, and runs a really solid gym up there. I trained there this time last year.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been around for a long time.
He has.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling Anton. He contacted me. I posted on Facebook while I was up there, and he didn't say, "Oh, could you come down and train?" He was like, "What gi size are you?" I kind of see you tomorrow. So just up on a random holiday weekend, but it was a great outcome. Yeah, good club.
Yeah, nice.
So
and
good.
Karen Paynes, she's very good. David Nichols, he's an old school black belt from Peter Bean.
I've competed against Dave years ago.
Yeah, lovely fella.
Yeah, he is lovely fella. Yeah.
Awesome. Man, well, this is good. We have 8 minutes left. We have 8 minutes. We have Nam here as well with us. He's our main. He's the guy who showed up for our seminar here. So
he's the one guy who showed up twice.
Yeah, and he also donated as well. So
hey Nam, nice to meet you.
G'day.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a top bloke and always a contribution, always showing up everywhere. He's just a great guy. In fact, he's come back twice today for this seminar, so you can't beat that, really. I mean, we've had 2 attendees today, and they're both Nam.
Nam's good.
Did you have 2 of Jihad's kids?
Yeah. Probably 10, 15 kids were on the mats.
Yeah.
So we did a kids seminar, and we've just gotten to be mission control here, and that's been awesome. Like it really feels like we got to, like when you watch back over the stream, you're going to see, that hopefully we got to stitch it all together in a way that was great that we didn't have a big seminar to manage here actually.
Yeah.
Because we got to kind of stitch it together.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe at some stage we can do a little Zoom recap or something that we can record and put online.
Oh yeah, we'll make lots of content out of that.
Yeah.
Are you coming to monthly masters tomorrow, brother? Or are you always not up to it?
No. I got the kids. My parents are overseas, so I couldn't involve them this time.
Okay, no stress. We're going to promote this at monthly masters tomorrow, though, as well. We'll definitely ask all the monthly masters to be a contribution if they can. And the best thing about us older grapplers is we've got a bit of money. You know what I mean? It's like we might, if we don't, there's we've got bigger problems. So we can hopefully the monthly masters can raise another few $100 amongst them at least.
Yeah.
And I believe that by the end of this weekend we're going to be sitting at 10 grand. Of raised funds. That's pretty cool.
I think so too.
Yeah, that's really great, man. Well, I think we're kind of at the end. Is there anything you want to say to wrap things up, brother?
Oh no, other than thanks thanks to everybody that's participated, everybody that's donated money, everybody that's come and trained, everybody that's coached, everybody that's shared it with their gym members. Yeah, thank you so much. On behalf of Icaro and Liz, thank you very much.
Yeah, awesome, man. And thank you so much to Gerald, and thank you so much to Jack,
Yeah.
and thank you so much to Nam.
Thanks, James. Great to be a part of it, mate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cheers, brother.
absolutely.
Thank you for all your
Awesome,
support.
guys.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is it. I think this is our time to wrap up, and let's do it all again. Let's keep supporting Icaro, but let's just always try to support each other's, each other in the community, however we can. Okay?
Yeah,
Onwards
just say
and upwards.
goodbye to the Geelong crew. Those that are left on the mat.
Thanks, guys.
Woo!
Cheers, bro.
Awesome. All right,
Thanks, mate.
guys. Be well. Catch you later.